Well, good morning. We're back in Middle Earth, and we are headed over to the strange creatures that Frederick the Elder wishes us to broker some sort of peace with. And of course, we have some orc shooting arrows in our butt, so we're going to take care of him. Now, I have to be on a little earlier, and I noticed in World Chat that Standing Stone Games is doing a really big giveaway in advance of the newest expansion pack that will be coming out soon. So, for anybody who's interested in the game and doesn't feel like spending a whole lot of money on it right now, you can download the base game for free. Create your account, log in, and once... I don't know if you have to create a character and get it to any certain level first. Usually you don't. But once you've created that, go into the LOTRO store and type in LOTRO Quest 2021. And yes, I will put that in the description box below. And this code will get you just about every quest pack you could need in advance. I'm talking everything. I don't even have the full list. Also, certain expansion packs are actually on sale right now for 99 LOTRO points each. Trust me, that is a steal. So if you start a character, you do some LP grinding, get yourself that 3, 4, 500 LP that you can get doing the starter zones. That will easily get you like 4 or 5 expansion packs, along with the code that gets you all the quest packs and stuff. I'm talking expansion packs: Moria, Mirkwood, Isengard, Rohan, Helm's Deep, as well as the instance clusters for Isengard and Rohan. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. For 700 LP, you're literally getting like a good 10,000 LP worth of content. Definitely worth making 1 or 2 grinder tunes and grinding out that LP you need to get them. So the LOTRO code again is LOTRO Quest 2021. That code is good until November 30th of 2021. And 99 LP for certain expansion packs. And this is all for basically to get you up to speed and ready for the Fate of Gundabad expansion pack. Oh, and I think we have found our strange creatures. They do look very odd, don't they? They are Earthkin. These were the strange creatures I was trying to think about that one video. Yep, they're definitely pretty odd looking. I guarantee first time I saw these things, I was scared because I was actually at level and, you know, most things were like dark blue and white, and then come over here and these things were purple. And I was like, oh, they're gonna kill me. Nope, they're friendly. They don't look like they should be friendly, but they're friendly.
Do you come with peaceful words?
What is this, little stranger? It smells of meats and furs. You say it is a gift to the Jorthkin? Kikonen accepts the gift, little one, yet we cannot give anything in return. We cannot give help to others until we have no more troubles. We are chased from our home and must find a place that is safe.
Greetings.
We are pursued by our past from our home to the north and east. We fled as the darkness rose around us and came here to find peace. But peace will not come to us, not while the enemy follows us south. We stay here now, away from the forest and bog, even in the sun, to shield ourselves from darkness. At night the trolls will roam free. If we could confront the darkness and defeat it, we could, perhaps, make friends of others who wish not to succumb to the shadows of evil. You'll have helped the tribe who wishes our friendship. Perhaps you would help the Dorthkin too. Would you fight the trolls for us? Make them go away. They hid in the bog, far to the south and east of here, at a place the elf folk called Harloeg. You're very tiny, but you should be fine on your own. Alright, so this is Kikkonen, and I guess he is the de facto leader of this small group of Earthkin, which I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 or 7 of them here. I said they're there are not very many of these creatures around. There's these here. There's a few between Estelden and Oghair, and so between North Downs and Angmar. I know there's a few more somewhere else, I can't remember. Okay. Now, he has some other requests of us.
Will you hear my tidings?
We left our homes in the hills and stone caves of the north, and the trolls stirred and took back the land. In our haste, we easily could have overlooked the leader of their tribe, but we were cautious enough to hear his name and see his look. He is large and thick at the legs, bearing the look of a warrior and the strength of many. He is called Galrip, and he is the leader of the trolls in Harloeg. What a gift it would be to know that he was defeated. A gift worthy of lasting peace it would be. He will wander through the swamps of the south. He will hide among the trees, and his brethren will be difficult to face.
Do you come with peace?
In our home northward, we wrote histories upon stone. When the trolls came, we abandoned our home and writings, and now have little of the memories of our ancestors. The trolls now sift through our old homes and steal that history. We have no knowledge of why. We know only that they now carry our histories upon them. Will you search them in the shade of the forest to the east edge of Harloeg? Take back our past and return it to us. Alright, so we're going to kill the trolls, and more trolls, so we can help these fellows out here. So yeah, we got 1 here. Got 2. Alright. Let's start with the ones that stay still. What a bunch of... Oh, okay, he's taking care of them. Okay. 3. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, it looks like there's probably about 8 of them. But let's go back here. This is so cute. Look, he's got his little herd of deer here, and he's taking care of them. I mean, granted, they're probably here because they're going to eat them later, but it's still cute. Leave me to my herd. Yeah, he even gets mad at me for being in here. He was mad at me for being in there. Well, I'm so sorry, but I had to come see you because it was so stinking adorable. If you'd stop being so stinking adorable, I wouldn't come see you. Oh, might as well kill that. And let's see, where are we going? We are headed See, we're headed down into this swamp here. We're not just headed down there for the Dorthkin. We are headed down there for Radagast the Brown as well. Because down here, back there, is where Eric the Stone Speaker is. As well as being where we're going to find trolls. Which are not just for the quest, but also a deed. Oh, and I have done my... that's not what I was looking for, although I can see I have points to spend. I will do that when I'm not somewhere I can get attacked. It's probably not the brightest thing in the world. But... oh yes, I'm looking at rep, the Eglain rep. We are actually 11,270 of 30,000, so we are a third of the way through ally. We might even make Kindred by the time we're done all the quests here, which would be awesome. Because I don't really want to have to spend extra time just trying to get the rep. Now, the waters reflecting the sunset look really pretty. Well, from a distance they do. You get a little closer, maybe not so much. Let's go back a little bit. Oh, I must have seen it at just the right light. Now, here we are down here in Harloeg's, and we are looking for all sorts of things here. Which we might as well just head up to talk to who we need to talk to first. We are just going to be running around killing all sorts of stuff here. Really, get out of my way. Pink. Including those things. Here. You know what? Let's... thank you. So... there are just all sorts of ruins back here. And we know... I think we know already that I love ruins. And there are a ton of them. And I tell you what, this coupon code seems to be like some of the biggest news in World Chat today. I don't blame it for being the biggest news, because that's a lot of stuff that is going to be given away. Definitely worth being excited over. It's like pretty much giving away the whole house. Oh, and look, we have a ghost here. And this is Narthen. Obviously, he's not a bad guy. He wouldn't be up here if he was. And here is our stone speaker. There is Eric the Stone Speaker, and here is some king's coffin. I would feel sad, but this was probably a long, long time ago. So, not feeling so sad.
Greetings.
If Frederick sends you, then I bid you welcome. You will find this a strange place. The shades of the long-suffering dead walk in these ruins, but have no fear. They will do you no harm. Indeed, they may be able to teach you much of this land. Okay.
What can I do for you?
I know much about these lands, yes. Do you know from whence my knowledge stems? The dead hold secrets, great secrets, terrible secrets. Secrets they clutch to their chest, like fire on a winter's day. Memories keep their hearts warm, you see? No, perhaps you do not see, but you shall. Oh yes, I believe you shall.
Might I take a moment of your
You
time?
can learn many things from the dead, but there is one troublesome shade called Emmeline that resists all attempts to communicate. Perhaps you may succeed where I have not. Emmeline is difficult. He is bound by pride and deems the living beneath contempt. If you can prove yourself to him, this might grant you enough status in his eyes that he will lend you aid. Beware when you speak to him. He will try and win your trust with pleasant words, then send you off to your doom. You will find him at the ruin of Oster. So, the Shattered
Could I
Past
speak with you a moment?
is something in a different area, but we're going to grab it. Ah, yes, greetings. The stones here speak to me and tell me of an ancient struggle that has played out here in the Lonelands. On one side are cursed men of the same lot as Emmeline, doomed for their inaction. On the other side there is a power, I suppose you could call it, who makes its home in Garth Argowan. From what I can discern, these cursed men have tried to set to right what resulted from their inaction, yet have failed again and again. These men, these shades, are not wholly evil, as you may know, and my heart is moved by their lot. I would like to help them set matters right, to help free them from their curse. Perhaps you could help with this? In recent days, fell spirits have stirred the waters of the swamps, taking the form of creatures called Dark Water. They have appeared in great numbers in Garth Argowan and drive out many of the shades. If you were to enter Garth Argowan to defeat some of the Dark Water there, and bring their swords to me, I would display them and bolster the flagging resolve of these cursed men. Alright, so that is back behind Agamar. And definitely not the easiest thing to do, but that means it should be fun, right? Now, this is Emmeline, so we need to speak to him. Thou drawest breath, and yet thou dost wish to speak with me. Thou art not like the man Eric. He is stone-wise and knows the secrets of this land, but even he I despise for his warm flesh and bright-eyed stare. Wisdom will be thine, if thou art proven worthy. Dost thou dare to face my warriors? If thou art the victor, then I shall help thee upon thy request. Fail, and thou shalt not see the light of another day. You were saying, thou art alive still to draw breath, though ragged and coarse it be. Rest thyself and hearken unto me. Terrible deeds I have done in the name of the kings of old. While evil corrupted this land, my men and I stood by and did nothing, ignoring our charge. Now the Red Maid serves Angmar, something we swore to prevent. Iarwain, Ben-Adar cursed us to live as half-dead. Such was our failure. Dost thou understand? I will help thee in order to break my curse, but thou must do more to secure my aid. This land was corrupted by the war which raged here. Blood, much blood, spilled into the springs of the Lady, until all became red, and the springs became a swamp. The Lady, whose name is not remembered, became the Red Maid, a creature lost and corrupt. Ivar the Bloodhand came not long ago and awakened her again, and claimed power over her. Now Ivar is a greater threat than ever he was. Thou must strike against him to restore the balance betwixt men and nature. Until the Red Maid be redeemed or destroyed, my brothers and I are doomed to this wretched state. The west is where thou must travel to destroy the White Lord Bruda and his soldiers. They serve the Blood Hand and must be destroyed. Alright, so I'm guessing this coffin here is probably Emlyn. And this one here is probably Narthen here. And he'd like to speak to me too. In sorrow have we awaited this time, when the shadow would rise, and our paths to play be made clear. We, the cursed and forgotten, who let the land suffer while we watched. No longer shall we suffer, for the shadow tugs upon the chains about us, and pulls us towards absolution. At long last there shall be rest. Our brethren, long sleeping in the earth, are now taken from their slumber by fell spirits out of the past, spirits called by their master to march by his side in the fortress of Garth Argolan. Now they stir where once they slumbered. West, once our home, now in ruins, the dead walk anew. Our time is short to strike back against the past, but perhaps thou art willing to aid us. And that was a very, very, very long way of saying, could you please kill some dead things? Of deeds we were the same. In name we shared our last. Lost to us through death, returned to us through the shadow which grows in this land. He is not what he was. There is no memory there. There is no knowledge of what came before, but the body rises and must be laid to rest. I speak of our brethren, but not so. I truly speak of the thing called Gostoth, which wanders the depths of the ruins west of Osthair. Seek thou this creature and destroy it, lest it plagues us still. So, he wants me to go find a creature named Gostoth, which probably from that description was one of their brethren, but had died, and his body has been hijacked by a fell spirit, so it's not really him anymore. Alright. In the ruins to the west, where once my booted feet walked the stone halls, I lost one very dear to me. The last remembrance I had of her was a ring, now lost. Should you enter that place, search for my ring. Though it cannot end this curse, perhaps I will recall the joy that once filled my heart. I fear that it now rests upon the finger of one of the bloated creatures within the ruins or southern bog. So, he had a wife, she died, and he wants me to go recover her ring, which is probably on the hand of some dead thing, which I'm assuming is what's left of his wife. That's actually rather sad. That's, wow. Okay, yeah, that's pretty sad. Now we got this gentleman over here, and, well, as we're going to find out, he has a few bounties for us. Bounties are always good.
Might I take a
Let's
moment
see,
of your time?
bounties that give us a glowing rep are especially good. And we'll read these one time only, because we're not going to read them every time we do them. Have you seen them scurrying on their little legs with their bellies scraping the ground? Yes, they have a hard shell, but I wager that beneath that shell is a soft meat, succulent and ready for a basting of herbs and spices to bring out the finer flavors lingering within. I aim to prove that we can live on more than what we can trade for within Breland, and I need some aid doing so. You will find crawlers all throughout the swamp here in Harloeg. Kill them and bring me the meat within their little shells so I might test out the viability of a meal of the crunchy little crawlers. Yeah, you'll be eating that alone? That just sounds completely nasty. Although I suppose if worse came to worse and I had no option but to eat bugs and worms, I would probably
Would you
figure out a
do
way
something
to
for me?
make it palatable enough to do it. I have slapped a good number of those sickle flies and seen their insides. It looks to me that with the proper preparation you could mix together a tasty pudding from what they have within them. Gross. 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 If you find yourself out on the fen and cornered by these creatures, will you collect their gizzards? I think that I shall make a fine pudding from them. Dear, my ancestors ate blood pudding and haggis, and I'm still not sure I would eat what you were just suggesting.
Might I take a moment of your time?
I have no doubt that the mushroom within the ruins to the west will be delectable. They have all the characteristics of a tasty dish, but they need harvesting. Eric has been clear that he thinks I will find trouble if I go there, but he told me that offering up these shiny gems may find me some assistance. All I want is 10 of the mushrooms from the ruins to the west, so I might mix together a wonderful dish I shall call soggy mushroom mash. Would you be willing to help? Okay. You're not going to get a whole lot of takers by calling it soggy mushroom mash. Aside from that, this is about the most sane thing you have suggested for culinary delights. Just saying. And I believe we have talked to everybody here that is going to give us a quest currently. And look, we have some mushrooms. Some soggy mushrooms. Dude, I still heartily suggest you do not call it soggy mushroom mash. That just sounds absolutely disgusting. Big old ugly troll over here. We got some bog creature here. And remember, the floated looking things tend to spew forth worms from their belly. Oh, it looks like he gave me a ring already. And these are the creatures we need to get meat from, which still sounds very disgusting. I'm just saying. We look at this. Look at the reflection. And it's so neat to see the sky reflected in water. And I know that's something you can see in real life if you're in a spot that isn't already full of light pollution. Let's feed it some light. Plenty of whites back here. Sorry about that. Probably not the best place ever to stop for ore, but get these mushrooms. Get these mushrooms here. We are headed. Let's see where all that glowy stuff is over there. We're headed over that way. Now, we're gonna run through here and... Yep. Because things are known to just pop up around here. And we've completed this little exploration deed, which is just basically find the two halves of this ruin. Alright, so we'll go up this way. Which is, of course, very creepy at this point. These ruins are fun. Full of different little mobs to kill, and very dark and creepy looking. I like them. And there is Broodal. Broodra. I'm just gonna say Broodal. It's easier. So, we need to take him out. And we're going to try to ignore the other creatures that might show up. And usually these guys are that freeze them, and then they go flying off to attack other things. They seem to still be stuck here. Like they're really trapped now. Oh. No, I guess they got freed finally. Alright. So now we've killed that. And we do need to find... Where is he? Hold on. Me. Gostoth. we need to find Gostoth. Is it Gostoth? Gostoth. Thought maybe he'd come back. I wanted to kill him again. Just because. We are looking for... Let me jump over this. Probably could hop over that on a horse, but... Oh, hello. Who did you want to talk to me? I'm sorry, I have nothing to speak to you about. Oh, hi. Now this is a creepy looking guy. Look at him. Okay. We are looking. It would be a lot easier if I was on a hunter. I must not be too far away because I no longer see the arrow on the map, which usually means I'm in the right area. There's a muck crawler. Need that. Still need to collect a couple more of those. Alright, so Tall Garden, muck crawler. Fog Warden. Right. Come on. Where are you hiding? Come out wherever you are. I'd like to kill you. I would like to kill you now. It's actually a pretty decent sized set of ruins here. But he's supposed to be over here somewhere. And he does wander around a lot. Is that him? No, that's just a bog warden. Okay, keep trying. Who's this guy? I do wish he would just stay still. But then, what would be the fun in that, right? Excuse me. You are not who I was looking for, and you are just incredibly rude. So, get out of my face. can't jump over that. Because, why? I don't know. Reasons? So, we are still looking for our buddy Gostoff, or, well, not our buddy, someone else's buddy. And okay. That's him. Right there. I found him. Anybody else who wants to join this party can just come right on over. I don't care. I've been looking for this dude forever, so I don't care who else I aggro. I'm getting him. There we go. Alright. And now we can head off. Do we still have more mushrooms to get? And I think we needed some sickle flies. That's not a sickle fly, that's a white, but he's in my way. So we need... There's mushrooms. There's a bog fly. And we definitely needed those. We need to gather... Oh yeah, that's right. We need to gather their gizzards because... Ew. Why even would he think that was an acceptable meal? Like I said, I guess if the options were that or starving, I'd probably figure out a way how to eat it too. Not saying I'd ever like it, but, you know, where that old saying, beggars can't be choosers, comes from. Mushrooms. Oh, ruins like this just look even better at night than they do during the day. Probably because they really should be spooky looking. Okay, so we got all our mushrooms, we got all our worm guts, we got our whites, we got everything except, whoa, never seen that blue before. Excuse me. Excuse me. Is that a swan? I don't even care that something's attacking me. Is that a swan? When did they add that? Okay. Where are you? Get out of my face, why don't you? I'm sitting here trying to make conversation with this swan here, and you're attacking me. Hello? Where did you come from? Have you always been here? I don't remember seeing a swan. They're very pretty. Well, you stay safe. Of course, I think, if I was the white, I'd probably be more scared of you than you'll be of them. Still need to find some of these things, the bog flies. And we still need to find a few of them. We don't need the Nika breaker. Seeing the fog that blue is kind of weird. Man, that's pretty blue. Okay, we're done being a tourist for the moment. We are looking for, I think, 3 more of those flies. There's plenty of the crawlers over here. Plenty indeed of those. Lots and lots and lots of whites. Just my imagination, because even the ancient bog wardens look kind of on the blue side. There's one. Another orc. Let's go kill the orc. Yeah, there's a video I've been meaning to watch on YouTube. It's about why double-sided axes are ridiculous. And since it's by one of my favorite channels, I'm gonna have to take a look at it and see what he says. Not that I ever really considered. Well, I thought the two-sided axe was something that was a legitimate weapon. Maybe it's not even. Oh, shoot. We got gold spammer. And hello. I was trying to report the gold spammer. You come run up here and attack me. These guys just never seem to learn, do they? We do not care to buy your fake gold for the game because and we finally have our last one of those. I'm missing. I think I missed part of some interesting conversation here. Let me kill that thing before I run into it. I just found what I was looking for. Okay, trying to get okay, talking about a warden skill that requires them being under half health, and how so many people would see them under half health and think that they needed help and heal them. I guess that makes sense. That makes sense.
How can I be of service?
Why, these are not succulent at all. They are rather crunchy, actually. I wonder how to cook this. I shall have to find a way. I must give you what I offered. Thank you. So the crawlers are not succulent. They are rather crunchy and gross, which I could have told him. Yes, these are definitely soft enough and bear the consistency I desire. I must give you what I offered. Thank you. Jesus Christ, you're actually going to go through with this sickle fly pudding. That's gross.
What can I do for you?
What is that stench? Is that you? No? The mushrooms? Oh, goodness. Well, this will take a great deal of spices to cover, but who is to say that this will make the meal any less filling? Thank you for this. The mushrooms are rotting, dude. You really, seriously don't want to be eating them. Just saying. We draw closer now to release. We will know that it is by the hands of others that our opportunity for freedom was given. Know thou that we will in our eternal slumber be as eternally grateful. Rest again, dear friend, rest at last. With effort we shall soon join you and know the peaceful slumber for which we yearn. Were there warmth to one such as I would know it again. I will treasure this little bit thou hast done for me. I will recall thine efforts always. So he was very, very happy to get his wife's ring back. And very happy with the other things we did for him as well. But let's see if Emmeline here will be equally as pleased. Thou art returned from thy battle, and the White Lord is no more. Then I shall speak of the past and what is to come. Ancient Ornor stood long ago, then sundered it was. The 3 nations arose, Arthedain, Cardolan, and Rudaur. But Arnor's light was dimmed, and the hearts of men are so easily tempted to dark deeds. Rudaur turned against us, the kingdom of Arthedain, for these our Dunedain brethren had been overthrown by an evil chieftain of the Hillmen in the services of Angmar. The warning had come much too late, for the maiden, for us. The wars corrupted this land, and drowning it in the blood of innocents. The lady drowned as well, choking on death and evil, while we did nothing to save her. Twice we failed our duty, and 7 times cursed were we by the one the elves called Eorwain Ben Adair. When the lady became the Red Maid, she brought further ruin to her own home, to the land, and to the beast. She was terrible, and we dared not face her. When there was no more living blood to spill, she slept, until Ivor awakened her once more. This is my sad tale. Now go, return to thy master, and speak to him of this secret past. Remember our fate, Runekeeper, and do not fail in thy duty. So, it's a very sad story. They were supposed to take care of a lady, or they were supposed to take care of the kingdom, but they failed. They, like men are wont to do, and men, as I mean mankind, men and women are wont to do, they turn towards greed and the desire for power, and yeah, they got into some wars, and a lot of people died, and the lady became the Red Maid, and of course she also did a lot of bad things. And now Ivar the Bloodhand has come to the Lone Lands, to Agamor, to awaken her to continue her rampage. That's the long and short of it. And next time we are going to go kill a few trolls for our new Earthkin friends before going to see Radagast and finding out what task he has for us next. But until next time, bye for now.